Hey everyone, it's Chad Strat, aka Montana Chill. Just wanted to share a really cool um, production tip for brass and horns. Lately in the hip hop um, instrumental genre I've been working in, horns are pretty prevalent, but it just kind of seems like no matter how much money you spend on samples or even having players come in and play things, it's just so much work. And it's really hard to capture that vibe and the airiness that you look for in horns to cut through your mix. So I thought I'd go over a real quick, um, easy production tip on how to bring some life to your MIDI horn tracks. So I've got in this track just a simple horn part, um, nothing too complicated, just sort of a stab. So we'll take a listen to this. And see, you can hear this track here. So pretty cool, not too bad. It's a trombone part, um, but I want to bring more life into this. It is trombone, so I'm going to show you just a couple of really cool tips. The first thing I think is pretty obvious: subtle compression. A little bit of an output boost. Second thing is just EQ, high pass filter, and rolling up the mids and just a little bit of highs. So this sounds pretty good. This is not too bad. There's two tricks that I want to show you beyond this. Now this is probably where everybody stops normally, and I just want to show you two quick tips to bring more life to your horn tracks. The first one is automated dynamics. Now you can use your automation to get dynamics, but using this pump rack extension by Sonic Bits um, is just a really neat, simple way to bring life to your tracks, dynamics into swells and things like that. You can set the timing by measure, beat, those kind of things. And then you can also raise or lower the floor. And I'll show you what that sounds like. So first I'll raise the floor. So you can hear what I'm going for here, which is more of a dynamic swell. In this trombone stab. So that's just a really cool thing that I'm like, well, that's handy. I'll use that quite a bit. And you can also slide where that is, just to show you. So you can position where that is. You can smooth it out more. You can. There's a lot of little features here in this plugin. Really cool. I use this a lot. I use pump probably on every song that I do somewhere at some point. Just for even simple things like ducking. It's just a simple, cheap resource way to do that without having to deal with a lot of routing and things like that in Reason. So that's the first tip. The second tip is tape saturation on horns. Now, I didn't think about this because I wouldn't have thought of saturation on horns being all that helpful. But what I've discovered is it brings an airiness to the sound. Now, I grew up marching band, concert band, symphonic band, jazz band, all through high school and a little bit into college, and so I'm used to what horns should sound like. And horn players, there's definitely just a subtle gargle that happens in horns, horn parts that sample libraries typically don't include that type of vibe because it's not as clean or pristine. But the reality of it is that's horns. That's what horns do. So I'm going to play the difference here, and you're going to hear it's very subtle. But what this is the Scream 4 with the tape saturation, with just a subtle additional amount of compression. But you'll hear that gargle kick into there, and it also opens up the airiness of those horn parts. It's really quite impressive. There it is without. right there. Pretty impressive. Clean and pristine. Slightly saturated. Pretty awesome. So I hope that helps you guys with your horn parts. Two quick tools you can throw into your horn parts to give them a little bit more life and a little bit more breathability. Saturation. I would have never thought of that on horns. Maybe I'm behind the game and all of you already knew that. But I thought it was awesome. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.